No, it's hard. It's challenging. I live 3 blocks up the street from that store. You're worried about your neighbors. You're worried about your partner. You're worried about everything when you get that call. And so, yeah, I feel numb. And it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to talk to victims, their families. You know, it's tragic. This officer had 7 children, ages 5 to 18. I just had that officer's whole family in my office 2 weeks ago to give him an award. And so it is personal. This is my community. I live here. And to have something like this happen so close to where you live, and to know the fear in the community, and to know that the officers sacrifice themselves, it's heartbreaking. Yeah, I can tell you that he's a very kind man, and he didn't have to go into policing. He had a profession before this, but he felt a higher calling. And he loved this community. And he's everything that policing deserves and needs. He cared about this community. He cared about Boulder Police Department. He cared about his family. And he was willing to die to protect others. And that gets lost in translation.
Chief, we're very grateful to hear about Officer Talley, and we're so sorry. Can you tell us anything about the other victims as well? Were you able to learn anything about them? Were they shoppers and a mix of workers as well?
I don't know all the details at this time. All I can tell you is I've spoken to some of their families, and I can just tell you that they're heartbroken. And this is the worst call you could ever receive as a family member.
Some of them are in their 20s. Are they CU holders?
Not that we know of. We have checked with CU, and at this time we do not believe, obviously preliminary information, but at this time we do not believe any are CU students.
Were you able to share anything about the order of events, when the first police call came in, and what action was taken after that?
I am not. I just know we started receiving calls for service at 2:30 p.m. And obviously, we received a barrage of calls for service for shots fired. And I believe we received one call with a man with some type of patrol rifle. And they came in back to back to back.
Can you tell us about the award the officer was given 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, actually, the award was for Officer Talley's son. Officer Talley taught CPR. He taught his family CPR. And Officer Talley, one of his sons, swallowed a quarter. And because Officer Talley taught his children CPR, one of his sons was able to save the little boy's life. And so the Boulder Police Department just gave his son an award for life-saving.
Chief, I can't imagine what you're going through. I'm sure your department, your fellow officers are just in shock. But what do you tell your officers who are going out today for another day of work?
All my officers are doubled up. And thanks to the state and all of the local authorities that are here have offered to run calls of service for us. And none of my officers wanted to do that. So we partnered them up, and they want to be out with the community.
Chief, what do you tell them just as a person? I know you're talking at your capacity here as chief, but what do you tell them to put the badge on and go out?
I tell them that I'm sorry, we're going to get through this. Don't lose your compassion, and we'll get through this, and we'll come out of it stronger.
May I add one thing?
Thank you.